Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining this recorded webinar. I'm Sebastian Balan, Channel Manager at 3CX, and I'll guide you in the next 30 to 40 minutes through the benefits and features of the brand new 3CX phone system version 14. If you have any questions, you can use the chat window on your right, and I'll answer the questions at the end of this presentation. You can also use the React menu on top to lively interact with me during this webinar. So let's get started. Up until now, 3CX is the perfect solution for the on-premise software PBX deployment. Because 3CX never stops developing, we created the perfect solution now for the hosted environment too. What we're after actually is the big market share of hosting platforms. Of course, that you can still serve both on-premise and hosted with 3CX. The footprint of the PBX has also been much lowered so that you can run multiple instances without any hassle. The instances are truly virtualized and each customer is completely separate, increasing this way the security level. At the same time, you are offering them a complete set of features as the on-premise solution. It's entirely rethinked and not anymore as the old multi-tenant setups. Actually, you can find an API-based tool right under the dashboard of your 3CX ERP partner portal for complete management of your customers. How do we deliver it? Well, it's very easy. 3CX has been, is, and will be 100% channel-based company and will keep it the same for the hosted PBXs. You can though host your customers in our cloud for free for up to 30 days. This way you can again, gain control of your customers, and keeping their accounts. You can do your own billing. You can add your own VoIP provider, the VoIP provider of your choice, and you are ready to go. Pricing will be available via your distribution partner, so make sure you contact them to receive the price list. Remember one thing, the SPLA licensing prices will not be listed on the 3CX website so that you can maximize your profits by building your own price structure. That's, I think, a very, very important information. We have a new licensing model too in version 14. The SPLA licensing model, which enables you to easily have customers on board with monthly or yearly based subscriptions. The SPLA licenses are available for up to 16 simultaneous calls, and the two distributions available, of course, standard or professional. The set of features is exactly the same as for the perpetual licensing and can be activated on either on-premise, cloud, or virtual deployment. SPLA licenses include maintenance and 3CX web meeting. As a matter of fact, I will tell you about web meeting later on in the next slides. If you plan on hosting it yourself, then you'll see how easy it is to start up and deliver 25 instances in a go from one single server. Now you can manage all your tenants remotely, build your clusters of servers and multiple servers at one time, adding, deleting, reprovisioning, either automatically or manually. Now is never been easier than before. You can virtualize it too on VMware or Hyper-V, and backing up and restore can be done for all tenants. And as I was showing you in the previous slides, the footprint of the PBX is incredibly low. Only 16 gigabytes of RAM and up to 6 to 8 cores for 25 customers. And then you can move forward depending on the number of simultaneous cores that they need. High availability and fault tolerance. This is a very disputed subject. What I can tell you though, that high availability is now possible by using the DNS entries and backup and restore from the cloud. You can easily switch over by manually or by using the 3CX API automatically. Call reporting has also been improved. There's a new engine behind that runs faster and more efficient. The reporting tool is now integrated in the management console of the PBX, making it safer and easier to access. We added up also a very interesting feature of sending the reports over the email, as well as schedule them on a daily, weekly, on a monthly basis. This way, the CEO will not have to wait for the admin to get back from his holidays to provide the expected report on time. Also, new reports have been added, like agents login history or changing of status or profile. But we didn't change only the PBX. We actually did major improvements for the 3CX phone clients too. This way, the iOS client received a rewritten SIP engine that includes now the tunnel, so no more need of a separate tunneling app. It is registering and auto-sensing the network changes much faster. Because it uses the new VoIP push, you have the ability to answer calls immediately upon an incoming call. I'll be honest with you that I'm an Android fan. Well, perhaps due to too much, Star Trek watching. If you know Data from Star Trek, I love that guy. But so the Android client received also a new user interface with the menu option now. It does register and auto sense, much faster than before. Has integrated the tunnel more efficiently. The battery usage, though, has been much improved, due to the advanced push that wakes up your phone and starts ringing on incoming call, so the app can sit in the background or even close completely. I was just looking at my phone battery usage, the other night, and I saw that actually, but it used less, than core services of the phone. So it is incredible. We also developed the beta version of Windows Phone 10. Remember, only Windows Phone 10. Don't try to use it on older Windows Phone versions. It is available to use also with other PBX or VoIP providers. The backup system has been simplified too, yet much more reliable now. You can now schedule your backups and restores. You don't need actually a special app anymore. You remember there was an app dedicated for backup and restore on the server. So if you didn't have access or remote desktop access to the server, then you couldn't do the backup anymore. Not anymore. Backups are available in the management console of the PBX, so you can backup from anywhere. But as well, you can monitor and send emails to admin whenever a service is down, which is incredible. You can monitor the PBX status this way. For those of you that join this webinar later on, I must tell you welcome. And if you have any questions, use the chat section. I'll be answering your questions at the end of this webinar. Let's move forward then. The voicemail file format has been changed so that it saves now up to 75% from the hard drive space. You can use DAW retention policy, so that the CEO will not be affected and will have longer period of storage for his personal voicemail box than the sales manager or whoever else is in using voicemail. The recording management is also extremely easy now and is done directly from the 3CX phone system management console. You can delete, and manage the recordings from there. Talking about the management console now. We improved also the interface. Now you can find, for example, a system status page that provides you with a dashboard monitoring the vital functions of the PBX so that you can take actions immediately. Also, bridging and tunneling have been simplified too. If, for example, you want to send a welcome email to a new user, whether you're hosting the PBX or whether your customer wants to use its own template, now you can customize the welcome email or any email template using, for example, your own logo or the customer's logo or any other personalized information. Technically speaking, we have also a new Abyss running now as a very good alternative to IIS. and it is suitable for up to 32 simultaneous calls. Very good for SMB market, and can be used even when a Windows Server license is not available. It is also perfect for low-cost devices supporting Windows 10. Version 14 runs less two websites now. And actually, I was mentioning one of them to you earlier before. So I would like to ask you, which are they? If you know, use the chat window to answer. We added up as well support for IP phones. So the support for IP phones has been updated too. Now, Fanvil added up X3 and X5, which are excellent phones, entry-level phones, as well as HTEC 800 series. They have become recommended, and they are well priced and fully templated within 3CX. They work also in CTI and can be managed from the management console of the PBX. For the customers migrating from an old UC500 from Cisco, for example, or an Asterisk using, base PBX, sorry, using a Polycom or an Astra IP phones, now you can save your customers costs by using their existing IP phones. Remember though that those IP phones aren't supported for CTI or plug and play mode. .3CX gets a lot of power from its VoIP providers. The VoIP providers networks gives us the possibility to cut / half the invoice of your customers, telecom costs. Why? Because they don't need to spend money on gateways and so on. So as you see here, we added up a lot of new VoIP providers, starting with North America, for example, AT&T, but as well going to Europe, Deutsche Telekom, Ziggo in Netherlands, One Central in Netherlands as well, UPC in Eastern Europe, Intertel in Belgium, Moto in Netherlands again, as well as the ID Logic or Ufone in Asia Pac. So, and many others as you see here. The VoIP providers actually enables your customers again to cut the costs of buying a gateway to interface with PSTN phone lines. Unreliable right now, PSTN phone lines, and with high cost per minute. In the case though that the customer wants low cost analog ports like FXS or FXO, with WellTech now you can easily reach an excellent cost per port for adding, for example, faxes or analog trunks. We added up in the version 14 support for Office 365 and Google Contacts. Office 365 Contacts actually. So we integrated this with the 3CX phone client, so now you can sync your contacts with your 3CX phone client directly. Also, automatically your status, will be changed to away when you will be in a meeting. As soon as we'll receive the API from Microsoft, and we are expecting it pretty soon, sync of presence with Exchange will also be available. Let's talk about the beauties now. Well, I must tell you that here at 3CX, actually, we are using intensively the 3CX web meeting. This platform that we are working on now, this webinar, uses this product. And as you can see, it is highly effective. We have an excellent offer for your customers too. By upgrading or purchasing a version 14 license key, they will receive 25 participants for free for as long as they are keeping their license key maintained. If you have any questions, ask me. Yeah, because it's very, very important. It's an incredible opportunity now on the market. The limit applies for the whole system. So you can mix web meeting rooms. You can have 5 meeting rooms, each with 5 participants, or you can have one big meeting room with 25 participants. As long as you don't exceed the number of maximum participants. 3CX is also very proud to be the first PBX in the world integrating WebRTC technology in the core of our product. The WebRTC link is empowering your customers to receive calls directly from a web browser without the need of expensive subscriptions to 800 type numbers. Also, call, a call can be easily elevated to a video call, screen share, chatting. And of course, WebRTCs like SIP, it was 10 years before or 15 years before. It's more to come in the future. Because the call is treated by the PBX engine itself, you can forward it to IVRs, to queues. You can also transfer the call, park the call, hold the call, and so on. If you have questions, if you don't know what WebRTC means, just shoot a question there. I'll be more than glad to explain you more at the end of this webinar. WebRTC applications. As you can see in this screenshot, this screenshot shows you an active video call. So that was a call elevated to a video call. You can see clearly here the chat window as well on the right side, as you can see it in this web meeting too. If you want to start a web meeting instantly, then you can just send the link. There's a button there on the 3CX phone client that just sends the link in the chat window, and there you go, you are on a web meeting immediately. Sharing documents, sharing presentations, taking control of the other computer, and so on. Each extension of the system also will receive a WebRTC DID, or should I call it the WebRTC direct link. I'll be honest with you, I don't know exactly how to call it. It's not yet standard. All right, so this WebRTC DID can be used in many applications. Imagine starting with online shops. On their websites, they have a product page, or category of products, and then they have two links there. Call us for support for this product, or call us for sales for this product. Imagine customer service companies that they are using inbound, a lot of inbound, worldwide inbound, cutting down costs of their customers because the customers will not have to pay that much. So okay, that's I think it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this was the last slide of our webinar, and what can I say is thank you again for joining this recorded webinar and on the new benefits and features of the 3CX phone system version 14. And on behalf of 3CX and myself, I wish you a lovely day.